Assetcool offers robotic grid upgrades that add up to 30% increase in current carrying capacity, so that's increase in power on overhead lines. So this all began back in a PhD at the University of Manchester, studying issues of transmission and distribution with the co-founder. Looked at applying passive photonic materials to overhead lines. So these are materials that passively cool substrates by reflecting sunlight, emitting heat. So if your line has reached capacity and you need to add more power, there are, broadly speaking, two things you can do. One is what's called reconductor that line, so take it down, install a larger one, install these new advanced power lines that can carry twice as much power. And it's a very complex project. So being able to add to existing lines instead of having to reconductor them is hugely valuable. But really what we're focused on is physically modifying conductor properties in the field with robots, with this coating material, so that you can get up to 30% more power. And broadly speaking, that's 40 to 100 megawatts of additional capacity. That's billions a year in additional value to either a hyperscaler or a utility for a fraction of that cost, delivered in months. So it's a pretty unique solution that's kind of developed from the coating to applying in a factory to now applying in the field. On that journey, developed a pretty unique technology stack, which kind of puts us at the intersection of material science, developing materials that we can test, verify, deploy into the field, and robotics, which is rapidly becoming a huge source of expertise and advantage for us. In this point where there's this generational issue with transmission lines, we've got some opportunities to really impact, the physical layer of the grid at scale, which is very, very exciting, and that's the kind of vision we're building towards. We've just released the second generation of our robotic platform, progressive, and the one you can see behind me. That's really focused on those three elements: reliability, durability, and scale. But that really is just a foundation for kind of expansion. We're looking to really lean heavily into autonomy, data collection, whilst we're doing these operations, and ways that we can drastically increase the productivity. So reduce the skill of the operator in the field, reduce the number of operators, and increase the rate and the number of spans we can do per day. So that becomes highly scalable in our sleep. And there's 75% of the organization is going to be focused on executing this incredible vision that we have around the central role these robots can play in augmenting the current carrying capacity of overhead lines, but also collecting huge amounts of data about the condition of those conductors, and then increasing the high levels of autonomy. If you are ready, go for it, because as soon as you have that product market fit and early demonstrations, other pilots, for example, I think you'll get pulled through very, very quickly. I mean, going from basically first conversations to multiple pilots within under a year is kind of light speed in utility world. So these people are ready to do business. They're ready to do pilots and take things forward.